I got you something because it's the holidays, nearly Christmas, and I got this thing that reminded me of you. Here it is. Ta-da! I think it's really cute, like you. It also kind of looks like my husband. A little bit. Makes sense. Anyway. Hello, my adorable, crispy, crunchy snickerdoodle cookie. How are you doing today, sweetheart? Good! I'm so happy you're here. Oh, it's getting chilly outside, finally, here in Texas. And I just feel cozy, and I just want to read some gossip and some stories that are themed. You know, it's holiday season, and I'm feeling cheerful and happy, but I also want spice and drama in my life. So without further ado, let's read some Reddit with updates, because we love context and conclusions here on this channel. All right, let's get to it. Guys, it's the holiday season, and I know you're as excited as me. But despite being excited, sometimes it's hard to buy a gift for our family members and friends or significant others. Am I right? Am I right? I am right. But don't worry, because your Auntie Chris has a solution, okay? And if you're looking for a holiday gift, look no further, because Raycon's Everyday Earbuds Classics are 20% off for the holidays. And you guys know how much I love Raycons. I've been using them for over 5 years now, and I'm not stopping anytime soon. And I use them whether I'm working out, hanging out with my dogs, just doing chores in the house, or just hanging out in the house and wanting to tune out every person and every dog around me. And they are packed with upgrades, including active noise cancellation, multi-point connectivity, so I can pair with my phone and laptop at the same time. And they fit so comfortably, I forget that I'm wearing them. And my favorite feature is the battery life, okay? Because you get up to 32 hours with the case. I feel like I'm never having to charge them, and that's really nice. And when you do need to charge them, quick charge is clutch, because 10 minutes of charging gets you 90 minutes of playtime. And there's been plenty of times where I run out of battery and then I want to go work out, but I just need to charge them for 10 minutes and then boom, they're charged. And I also love the awareness mode for when I'm walking my dog and need to hear what's going on around me, whether there's, you know, a coyote coming to attack me or a car coming down the road. I know. And Raycon delivers the same premium sound as the big brands at half the price. And they have over 3 million happy customers and a 30-day happiness guarantee. I personally use mine basically every single day, and I highly suggest you grab some too. And like I said, right now you can get them up to 20% off. If you just click my link in the description and go to buyraycon.com/KMK, you can get up to 20% off site-wide. And make sure to order by December 15th to guarantee delivery by Christmas, because great gifts shouldn't show up late. Thank you so much to Raycon for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel, and let's get back to it. All right, first up, am I the a-hole? Boyfriend's best friend got him a sweater with her face on it for Christmas. I'm gonna take it upon myself to have a naughty and nice list on here. So instead of an a-hole, we're gonna say if you're naughty or nice. So far, you're nice, and this is justified. And I don't even need to read this, really. Let's just move on. Boyfriend told me his best friend wanted to get awkward family photos taken at a department store while wearing ugly Christmas sweaters. Fine by me. Fun little thing for them to do. But today he calls me and tells me she gave him the sweater they were gonna wear, and it's a custom-made sweater with her dogs and her face on it. He made it clear he didn't know about it and doesn't want me to feel like he's wearing another woman's face like he loves her, but more like he loves her dogs. It more so threw us both off, as it's extra. At least he's speaking up about it. That's all I have to say so far. So far, he's on my nice list. We've talked about this girl multiple times and my feelings about them and boundaries. He only recently changed her name in his phone as half girlfriend from an inside joke. Back to the naughty list. He's just on the naughty list right now. I don't like that at all. She's also on the naughty list. The friend. Anyway, and it also upset his ex, and it took me telling him it made me uncomfortable for him to change it. Okay, so he already has an ex because of this friend. This is bad. This is very, very bad. I know he sees me as a priority over her, but I can't help but feel uncomfortable about this. Am I the a-hole? Am I the naughty one? No, this is strange, and I know that people can have friends that are girls or boys or whatever, you know, but when it crosses into this territory and you've set boundaries, but he's still like treading on thin ice, pun intended, with the whole Christmas thing. He's just not, I feel like there's not enough respect. I don't know. This one's tough. First comment said, okay, so I read this to my boyfriend and both of us audibly said, ew, when we read that your boyfriend had changed her name to Half Girlfriend. That's where that's where I just flipped the switch. I agree. They're clearly emotionally involved. It doesn't matter if he doesn't take it seriously. She most likely has feelings for him and it's inappropriate even if he doesn't feel the same. Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind that she is in love with your man. Just because, I don't know. You just know sometimes. And then the other comments just say like, half girlfriend? This is weird. Frankly, I'm surprised you're still in the relationship, but that's coming from someone who dealt with the girl best friend before. Yeah, sometimes you just got to go through that, But luckily, we have an update. And it's from the same day, 19 hours later. I really didn't expect my first post to get the response it did. Wow, but here's an update on the situation. Last night, I work New Year's Eve, this is from last year, while my boyfriend had the night off. He was going to get the Christmas photos taken with his best friend, but when they realized the store was closed, they just went over to her place to hang out. Okay. He looked me in the eyes before I left and told me he wasn't going to drink. But when I called him after I go out of work, he was drunk, as his best friend told him to do shots. He's gotten drunk at her place before and stayed the night without telling me before. Why are we in this relationship still? So I really didn't know if he was planning on staying or not. I was upset and he could tell and asked me to pick him up, I'm assuming, except it would be an hour worth of driving for me after an extra day of work to go pick him up. Thankfully, someone gave him a ride home. I ended up going home, calling a friend of mine and talking things through. He agreed that the sweater thing was weird, and the time I'm on the phone, my boyfriend calls me 5 times. I eventually hang up and call my boyfriend. He's crying and a mess, and I can barely understand him. So I get up to go see him. I've had a history of bad panic attacks, and I know how bad they are and didn't want him to be alone. Okay, good girlfriend award goes to you. He had a mental health episode and kept spewing self-hate. And did he do something bad? Mrs. Claus has her senses tingling right now, but we'll see. And asking me what I saw in him, not living up to his potential on top of a lot of other things that I didn't understand in the exhaustion and drunkenness. Drunk thoughts are sober words, are they not? I don't really know. I let him stay the night at my place because I knew he didn't want to be alone and I was worried about him. But soon after we got home, he threw his empty vape across the room and started beating his fists on the couch and yelling, complaining about a game. I was getting incredibly concerned because I'd never seen him act like this. He almost immediately passed out after the outburst, though. God, this sounds scary. He admitted he doesn't know what's been going on, but his mental health has been in a bad space lately. Last week, we got into a bad fight while we were drunk with yelling and crying. We talked things through, though, and I'd figured we'd talk things through when we woke up, but I already wanted to send him home and be alone with his violent behavior, but he started crying when I brought it up. He spent most of the day sick in the bathroom. He said he only did 2 shots all night. Okay, so I'm not sure if he's lying or if he just ended up with a stomach bug at a bad time. Fair, okay. If it's not a common theme, then all right. At one point, he was in the bathroom and his phone wouldn't stop ringing. After the 3rd phone call, I got up to look and the call was from Half Girlfriend with 2 heart emojis beside the name. Jarring. Okay, that's just like so... I need to stop. Putting hearts beside the name, that is so brave of this guy. I feel like he thinks he can just walk all over this girl. I feel so bad. The moment he came back out, I told him he was leaving and he was single. And I would be ordering a lift for him home. Oh my God. See, she already knew. She knows. You were all right. The half girlfriend thing was a big red flag. Yep. As weird as a sweater was, it hurt me the first time he said it, and we discussed it, and he said it was a joke, but promised he understood and would change it in his phone. When I brought it up to him, he said that she had asked him to change it back, so he did. I told him he'd chosen her over me. Yeah. Oh my God. Like, how hard is it to say, no, I have a girlfriend? Well, he doesn't care because he's in love with her, and they probably have done terrible things together. He was with you, so... He doesn't care. What a terrible person. Naughty list times X for the next 50 years. He's on the naughty list. Just, you know what? In perpetuity, he's on the naughty list. The history behind the name is that my boyfriend used to live with her and her ex was so terrible that, by comparison, my boyfriend was better than her. And so she would call him her half boyfriend. My boyfriend actually has asked her out in the past. Oh my God, but she rejected him, saying they were better as just friends, and he agreed, saying he didn't want to date her. And now she's just jealous because you're with him and he's something she can't have now. That tale as old as time. Obviously, though, she has no respect for me or for my relationship and can't trust my boyfriend when he's around her, so he is no longer my boyfriend. I'm a bit of a mess right now, to be honest. I'm exhausted from dealing with him and not sleeping because of it. And all this is made worse by the fact we work together and our coworkers have been very supportive, but I feel like I've made the right choice in breaking up. Oh, that sucks. You work together too. God. Here's to starting off 2025 single. Good job, girl. Good job. I'm proud of you. That was the only choice. That was the right choice, because this was just going to go downhill from there. I'm going to take out my anger on your behalf on Pete. Anyway, let's move on. All right, next up. Am I the a-hole? Am I the naughty person? Am I the asshole for telling my brother he cannot stay with me over Christmas if he brings his prosthetic leg? Okay, it sounds familiar. I think I watched Smosh read this. My friends at Smosh, hi guys, I love you guys so much. But there's a new update to the story. So if you have watched Smosh like I have and you know the story, I don't remember how it goes though. Anyway, let's read the whole story. My younger brother has a prosthetic leg. I think it's creepy as f***, and I have no idea where he got it. Okay, so it's not his leg. This is very strange. I'm reasonably certain that it is something I would rather not know. To be clear here, my brother has 2 perfectly healthy legs still attached to his body. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, right, okay. He just has this thing he takes with him everywhere. I don't know why. I don't want to know. Before you ask, yeah, it is probably a mental health thing. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what that would be. Interesting. I like to collect some weird stuff, okay? That's on another level, and that's someone's leg. That costs a lot of money. I'm going to continue. He wanted to stay with me rather than our parents while he was home for the holidays. I said he was welcome to stay so long as he doesn't bring that thing into my house. He said it wasn't a big deal and that he would leave it in his luggage. Why is he bringing it everywhere? I hate that my mind just immediately goes to something just, kind of nasty, because why would you be bringing it with you? Or maybe it's just an emotional support leg for him? I don't know. I agreed on the condition that if I saw it outside of his luggage in my home, then I had the right to destroy it. Maybe just give it to... I feel like this is... Somebody could use this thing. He backtracked on staying with me and is at our parents' house, where he is miserable. They still treat him like a little boy instead of a guy who is almost 30. He called me again after supper and asked to please stay with me. I said he could, so long as we, together, took his thing and put it into a storage unit until he leaves. I get the key. He won't do it. Does he have 8 pounds of drugs in there or something? What is happening? He says that I'm being a bitch for not letting him stay with me. I think he needs to get therapy or medication or both, or a girlfriend, boyfriend, dog, cat, hamster, something, just not a GD prosthetic leg. Yeah, I'm just concerned about the person's that, where did he get this leg? Those need to be fitted and stuff and tend to run pretty expensive. I just feel bad. This is a crime, I think. I don't know. Let's read the comments. First one says, I'm a prosthesis and I have to ask, what does the leg even look like? Below the knee, above the knee? Fair enough. Does it just have the pylon bar, or is it a foam covering so that it sort of looks like a leg? Is there a foot shell, or is it the foot component just sort of hanging out? The reason I'm asking is because A, prosthetic anything is mind-bogglingly expensive. B, you can't just have a prosthetic leg if you have 2 perfectly healthy legs. You literally need a stump to make one that's specifically yours. Did your brother receive it from someone? Did he steal it? And just to be sure, it's an actual prosthesis and not a leg brace of some kind. I've had patients of families make that mistake before. OP says it looks like a carbon fiber cup with a steel knee and lower leg and foot. That seems like top notch. Next comment says, oh Jesus, AK prosthesis are not cheap. That's an entire car right there. I would actually grill your bro on where he got it, because it's 100% not his. If he stole it, he's looking at felony grand theft charges. Yeah, that would get rid of the problem. To be like, hey, you need to return this from where you got it, or give it to somebody. Say you need to give it back, because that's a crime. And if you don't, you got to rat your brother out. So I don't, or you take it, you give it back. I don't really know. What are you doing? Make sure he does not try to sell the prosthesis or any of its components. I get that they can be hard to get for the people who need them most, but if the components are damaged in any way, they can lead to gnarly injuries for when they inevitably fail. This is terrible. He is definitely on the naughty list. Oh my God. An emotional support prosthetic leg, that's a new one. That's what I said. What is this? I need to know more information immediately. Where's the update? Update. I didn't realize how much attention this was going to get, enough that someone informed the woman my brother stole it from. No way. Yeah, like how many people are missing like a $20,000 leg? I'm sure that's, yeah, by you posting this, you probably ran it, which is probably good. That's karma. It's karma for being on the naughty list. And she was able to figure out what happened. She called the cops and he got arrested. No way. I guess he was sort of trying to do the thing where he could be the hero that tracked down her leg. This guy is wild. He wanted to be the hero, so he stole her leg to give it back to her? How would he know that it's her leg? Did he think this through? Please don't ask me what the was going through his head. The leg was expensive enough that he's facing real criminal charges. That's all. Sorry, there was nowhere to tell. What? That is bonkers. Good thing we have another update. So, it's finally over. My brother had to go to court after being charged with several crimes, the most serious being felony theft. There you go, kids. Don't steal a prosthetic leg or just prosthetic anything, because that's really bad. But you'll also go to jail or get criminal charges. Let's see how this panned out. I will just put the bullet points of results. Found guilty because he was too stupid to take a plea deal. He had the leg. Okay, this guy is incredibly dumb. All right, whatever. Had to serve some time, incarcerated, and now has parole. Managed to avoid being charged with a significant crime. My parents paid to have the leg reconditioned, or whatever it's called. A professional prosthetic devices mechanic got it back in working condition. The woman got her leg back, as well as some money in restitution. She deserves it. She's on the nice list forever. He is not welcome at my home with or without any prosthetic for the foreseeable future. The woman has a restraining order against him indefinitely. That adds up. That checks out. That makes sense. That's all there is to tell. Hope this answers everyone's questions. Thanks for still caring about this weird experience in my life. Dude, what? If I found a prosthetic leg, I don't even know where you'd go to figure out whose it is, but I wouldn't keep it. That's wild. Well, that's karma. Not much to say about that. That's wild. Let's move on. All right, next up. How do I, 31 female, handle my awful sister-in-law, 33 female, at my boyfriend, 30 males, family Christmas? That was a lot of numbers. All right, everybody's 30-ish. Got it. My 31 female, boyfriend, 30 male, and I have been together for 3 years. We have gotten to know each other's families quite well as we live nearby and can visit often. I love my boyfriend's family, except his brothers, 33 male, long-term girlfriend, 33 female. Call her sister-in-law for simplicity in the title. Fair enough. Thank you, Queen. Let's call my boyfriend James. His brother will be Mike, and his brother's girlfriend, Kelly. I like when people use names. All right. Kelly and Mike have been dating for 5.5 years. I truly believe she is well-intentioned, but oh my God, she's freaking terrible to be around. I get along with almost everyone I meet, but being around her actively makes me feel like I'm losing brain cells. Crap. We are polar opposites, but that's not why she's terrible. She makes wildly inappropriate comments to everyone around her, has no sense of self-awareness, and thinks the world owes her something. A not self-aware queen. Got it. Kelly and Mike are not in a good financial position. Kelly is unable to work because of her traumatic childhood, and Mike works 50 hours a week. Ooh, in construction. Oh, God, that's a lot. That's crazy. He busts his butt to provide for them, and she spends her days at the local bar with the local riffraff. Riffraff? I'm sorry, that's a crazy term to use in this day and age. I like it. Then complains about not being able to afford to buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home on several acres of land in our HCOL state. Okay, yeah. So she wants the world given to her on a silver platter. A tale as old as time. Anyway, for Christmas, my boyfriend's parents are hosting celebrations, and we're doing a small gift exchange with a max budget of $10 a person, and then everyone drew a name from a hat, and we get that person one gift of up to $50. Total spend is $100 each. All right, a little up there, but that's fair to give multiple gifts and everybody. Okay, so everyone gets one big gift and a couple of small things. At first, we had no budget, but Mike was concerned about being able to participate, so we set a budget and James slipped Mike $200 so he wouldn't have to worry about it. That's really sweet. It's not Secret Santa, so everyone knows who drew which name. James drew Kelly's name, and immediately she started sending him links to things that were $100 plus for him to get her. Classic. He reminded her of the budget that we set to benefit them, and she said, "You can afford it. These are the only things I want." Okay. All right, princess. And made it worse by saying, "Mike drew your name and we're getting you something nicer than $50. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt that she may not know James gave Mike $200 to help them out. Yeah, that's a bit embarrassing for her to be like, "Oh, we're getting you something." It's yeah, with my own money. What are you talking about? Anyway, she hounded James about it being unfair that they suffer while we have so much, so clearly he can afford to get her a nicer gift. Both James and I are very uncomfortable, but we both worked hard for everything we have. She insulted him, called him greedy, told him that he's selfish and only cares about himself and the fancy life he lives with me, and that Mike and her resent him for abandoning them. Bitch, what? James is the kind of person who would give his last dollar away, the shoes off his feet in a snowstorm, and who acts tough but is actually just a big softie. A lot of people take advantage of that, and he caved. Bless his heart. Oh, that's so sweet. But terrible that he's being taken advantage of, but He got her a fancy over-budget gift. James and Mike's parents just kind of rolled their eyes at her when she makes weird, inappropriate comments, and their mom has confided in me that she's happy at least James picked a normal one, and that she's glad she doesn't have to take care of both of her sons into adulthood. They are completely unaware of what's happening behind the scenes between Kelly and James. I'm not afraid of confrontation, but don't want to ruin Christmas by losing my shit at her. She's bound to say something or do something because she always does, and I really don't know if I can bite my tongue much longer. I am furious at her. I feel like I'm going to explode if she makes one offhand comment or snide remark, that I'm betting it'll only take 20 minutes for her to say something stupid. It's not about the gift. We don't care about the money. To me, this is the icing on the cake of her already poor behavior. To James, it's just another thing he wants to let slide because he loves his brother, and it makes Mike's life easier if Kelly is happy and not complaining. Gosh, those people are the worst. The people that have the whole world revolves around them and they make everybody feel shitty if they feel shitty. It's just they're just toxic. It's like a disease. Oh, it's terrible. How can I navigate this and stop her from taking advantage of James in the future? Talking to her rationally is futile. James did try that, and that's how we're here. Damn. I feel like Reddit's just going to be like, cut her off, dude. Cut her off. Get her out of her life. Sabotage their relationship. Maybe not that far. But I don't know if Mike, which is her boyfriend, isn't willing to leave her, or is fine with being with her or whatever, then maybe it's distancing yourself from them if they're not willing, or if she's not willing to change her behavior. And I don't think she will. I think this is just who she is. I don't think she's changing anytime soon. So it's do you just distance yourself? And then maybe Mike starts to get the idea. He's like, oh crap, my whole family doesn't like my girlfriend. But I don't know. This is tough. This is really tough because you want him to be happy. You got to keep her happy for him to be happy. And he's really nice. And James, your boyfriend's really nice. It's just a bunch of nice people surrounded by one evil, conniving biznatch. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. I want to see what the comments say. Comment says, whenever she says something stupid, reply with a simple, "What an odd thing to say," and walk away. You can omit the odd part when it doesn't fit the statement. Yeah, that's good. Little, not even passive aggressive. Well, maybe a little bit, but just it's an odd thing to say. Just embarrassment without you coming down to their level. That is a really nice, refined little statement. I'm putting that in my pocket, saving it for later. Okay. OP says, as an example of things she says, okay, this is what I wanted. My boyfriend has a cousin who had a car accident and one of their legs has a severe burn scar on it that covers half their leg. Cousin was wearing shorts when he first met Kelly. First words out of Kelly's mouth were, "Whoa, what the happened to your leg?" Okay. Yeah, she's just, yeah, it's just not a good person. The person says, it's awful. I do like your suggestion. My facial expressions usually speak for me, but with how she spoke to James, I'm livid. Commenter 2 said, imagine how hard, what a weird thing to say to a person would have hit. Locked and loaded with this one for Christmas for sure. I love that. But we have an update, so let's read it. Thank you to everyone who commented. This is rather anticlimactic update. Damn, that's okay though. Christmas was actually lovely. Okay, that's good. Kelly behaved for the most part, though of course made a few left field comments. Using mother-in-law and father-in-law for simplicity, but my boyfriend and I are not married. Here are some examples. Mother-in-law opened a gift. It was a turkey baster. Kelly exclaimed, whoa, father-in-law, trying to get her pregnant again? Mother-in-law and father-in-law are in their 70s. A turkey baster. Oh God. And you know, there are some families in which this would work. If like, she's a funny person, a comedian of the family or something, but just knowing that everyone in that room like doesn't like her and just like is annoyed by her, and just saying that, it's just like, could you not? I don't know. The awkward pause happens after that. Turns to me and James and goes, actually, I'm surprised it's not you. And on recommendations from Reddit, I laughingly responded, what an uncomfortable thing to say. Oh. You said that this was anticlimactic. That's climactic to me. Oh, I love it. Kelly went on about how she expected after we took a 2-week vacation, we would be sharing a pregnancy announcement. I responded, well, that's kind of weird. I love you for that. I could not do this, so that's why I love it so much. I got James a gag gift that says some sexual innuendo on the butt of a pair of pants. Kelly kept making comments about no one needs to know the details of your spicy tango life. You just talked about your in-laws f***ing with a turkey baster. What are you talking about, Kelly? Despite that the pants were a joke, this was repeated all night, but I just ignored it. Otherwise, we had a great time and a great family gathering. I wish I had something more exciting, but the answer I got helped me have a few responses in my arsenal to respond to her weird comments, and otherwise I ignored her. That's fantastic. I'm proud of you. Nice list for all of your lifetimes, all right? That's fantastic. Same for your boyfriend. What a nice guy. I think you guys handled that really nice. I am very excited to say that today's video is brought to you by Legend of Zulk. For those of you who don't know, my husband and I have been getting into game development over the past, I'd say, year. And we started with a mobile game, which is Legend of Zulk. And here he is.
Hello, it's me. I'm a real possum.
This is him.
I'm the main character in the mobile game, now available on the App Store.
Yeah, on iPhone right now, though.
Android
right?
soon.
Android soon. It's a fun running loop game. Kind of like Subway Surfers.
What?
But better because it has Zulk. And also, we want this game to be as great as possible, and since we made it, we can change it, so we want your guys' feedback.
Exactly.
Where can they go to get feedback, Zulk?
Send feedback to interactive@sour.gg. Any ideas are welcome.
Yeah,
also bugs.
Bugs, yeah, if there's bugs. Stop, that thing is really creepy. I like him though, high five.
Can you rub my belly?
Sure.
I ate too much candy.
This game is also has SourBoys in it. We made it with our SourBoys team.
Exactly.
And make sure to tag us on Instagram or wherever your highest score. You can screenshot it, post it on Instagram, tag us, myself.
Also tag your husband or
Oompaville.
Yeah.
Tag Oompaville, who's definitely not controlling him right now.
Give me a smooch.
I feel like I'm cheating on you even though you're right there. Okay. Look at this fucked up family come into the thing. Our first child, Zulk. But yeah, if you guys want to play the game, we'd really appreciate that. Give us all the feedback. It's not perfect, but we are really proud of it. So go get Legend of Zulk on the App Store now. And with that, let's move on to the last one. I've been hiding this from my husband all year, and he's going to find out on Christmas. I'm scared. Every year, I do a savings challenge and give it to my husband on Christmas. It's become a tradition that started years ago when I noticed how stressed he gets about finances, especially around the holidays. He's the only income earner for our family of 5, we have 3 kiddos, and gift receiving just isn't his love language, but I couldn't bear to do nothing for him, so I found a loophole. Oh, is this gonna be wholesome? Oh, I hope it's gonna be wholesome. The first year, I saved up money from a little side hustle and bought a little bit of gold every month. It was the smallest box under the tree, but to this day, he still says it was his favorite gift ever. The whole point is to show him how much I see and appreciate the financial weight he carries, and to give him something that's 100% stress-free. Since then, I've tried to get creative. One year, it was antique coins. Another year, it was silver.
This is really sweet.
This year, I got one of those smash-to-open piggy banks and secretly started adding to it. It's been sitting on our dresser all year in plain sight, disguised as a plant stand. He looks right at it multiple times a day, yet has no clue. I can't wait to wrap it up with a hammer and watch him open it on Christmas morning. That's just adorable. Okay, anyway, but now I need to plan something for next year. I'd love to hear your ideas for savings challenges or unique ways to gift savings. Imaginary bonus points for ideas that are extra clever or have fun twists. Let's hear it. This is adorable. I love this so much. I'm a gift giver. I love giving gifts. It's definitely my love language. I have been planning Caleb's next birthday gift since his last birthday gift, which was August. So I already have it planned for this coming August. Is that crazy? Maybe. Okay. But I love it. It's my favorite thing. I respect this so much. I think it's adorable. I think it's very smart to think of ahead. So you can just put a little bit of savings here and there and to give something to him and that he works so hard. That's so sweet. I just know these people have something really, really special. So there's your notes. I just want to read the update. Okay. Update. I wanted him to have the first gift of Christmas, so I told him about my little secret on Christmas Eve. Watching all the dots connect and seeing his face light up was incredible. Like a kid on Christmas morning, and yes, I realize it practically was Christmas morning, but there's really no better way to describe that kind of joy. He loved it so much, we decided to get another one, but this time we will both add to it throughout the year and break it open together next Christmas. Oh, okay, so the box, he broke it open. That's really cute. This Christmas, then you're going to do it again. Don't worry, I'm still going to do separate savings gift just for him. Pro tip, if you try this, have a bag or a box of something ready. I didn't, and he ended up smashing it open out of excitement right on our bed, thankfully on his side. That's really funny. That's really sweet. Oh, that's funny. We have the plants too. Look at that. One of them's a little dicey. We got to cover that up. Probably both of them. Cover them both up. YouTube's crazy. That's really funny. And you know he's looked at that. A lot. And the comments for ideas say, go all in, plan a bank heist for next year. Oh, that's awesome. Don't do that. That's awesome. That's really wholesome. But it was short, so let's read one more. All right, last up, potentially, is my 24 female mother, 56 female, overreacting about me wanting to spend Christmas as a newlywed with just my husband, 27 male, or am I in the wrong? Ooh, this will be good. We got 2 big Christmas families in my house, okay? In our houses, so I can talk about this, all right? I'm using a throwaway account since my main account is known by my family and friends, all right? I got married in September of this year to my boyfriend of 5 years. We chose to elope. Legally, it was more of a blessing owing to the difference between marriage laws in our home country and this one, while on holiday in one of our favorite countries. Congrats, Queen. We then returned home and had a ceremony where we signed all of the official documents and legally became husband and wife. This was attended by our parents and siblings, so 7 people in total. I promise this is all related to the overall issue. This wasn't at all a spur-of-the-moment decision. We wanted a wedding exactly like this, something that everyone knew about and was seemingly on board with. For me, for weddings, do what you want to do. Okay, it's your wedding. When the whole family gets involved, I get it's an important thing, but if it's your family, you're making a new family, just do whatever you want. I already feel the tension rising and I love it. So let's continue. For as many years as I can remember, I've wanted to spend my first Christmas as a married couple with the proviso that we had our own place. Gotcha. By this, I mean the day itself. Cooking together, potentially burning the meal together, napping in front of a TV when the Queen's speech is on. Oh, they're from England. I knew it when she said proviso. Love it. It's something I've always envisioned. I told my boyfriend about it years ago, and he loved the idea as much as me. To clarify, this would just be the day itself, not the whole festive period. This was something that mine and my husband's family were made aware of, and both said they initially understood. We live around 80 miles from my family and 170 miles from my husband's family. The initial plan was to see my boyfriend's family over this coming weekend and my parents on Boxing Day. So everyone's on board, but we know they're not. As Christmas has come closer, it's become clear that my family, namely my mother, has become increasingly uncomfortable with the fact that we're not going to be spending Christmas with either her or my husband's family. To give you an idea of past Christmases, for the first 3 years of our relationship, we spent Christmas apart, then spent Christmas with my family the year after, and last Christmas with my husband's family. My mother started by making comments that they are going to miss out on seeing me on Christmas for 2 years in a row, while my husband's parents are only missing out on 1 year. I pointed out that if we go to visit my parents next Christmas, then his parents won't have seen us for 2 years, and so they'll be even. But that wasn't a competition in the slightest. To highlight family structures, Christmas with my family is with my parents, my brother, and his girlfriend on alternate years. They are with them on this year, though. And my uncle, mother's brother, and his husband. Oh my God, there's so many things going on out right. My husband's family is his parents, his 2 brothers, and his mother's brother. So it's not as if either family is having a distinctly smaller Christmas if we're not attending. My mother has been asking if it's better to just post us our presents and implying that we won't be making the trip down to see them on Boxing Day. Again, I've shut her down about this. The reason I'm posting this is that we rang my mother-in-law yesterday to confirm plans for visiting over the weekend, and she said that my mother had been in contact with her to ask if we were secretly spending Christmas with them and lying to my family about it. Oh, this hurts my brain so much. Why are people like this? Why do people like just assume things and like, it's like, oh wait, you're doing this. But just let people live their lives, you know? It's Christmas. Yes, it's about family, but they're making their own family right now. And they're saying they're prioritizing seeing you on Boxing Day. They just want to spend the day together. Why does it? I don't get it. My family loves Christmas. Okay. So does Caleb's family. Like both equally as much. It's a big deal. I love spending Christmas with my family. I live 3,000 miles away from my family now. The Christmases are with Caleb and his family, but then I make an effort to go see them at a different part, kind of around the holidays, maybe a month before, kind of whenever it works. And they're fine with that. Same with my other siblings. It's just like there needs to be some grace when people turn into adults. Things change. I feel like parents need to understand that. Like I get that it's about family and I love family. I need to spend Christmas with family. That's very important to me. I don't really understand the possessiveness. Like you have to be at my house. You can't be at the daughter's house or the daughter's mother's house on this day because you have to. But you know what I mean? I'm ranting too much. Let's keep going. She told my mother that as far as she knew, we were sticking to our original plan for Christmas together, and we definitely weren't going to them. It hurts that my mother thinks we're trying to get out of seeing them. My mother has been secretly raising the point that since our wedding, that she disagreed with our choice to elope, and that spending Christmas alone is an extension of that. Okay, your mother sounds like the problem too. All right, a little bit, not gonna lie. In the past few days, she has said that she thinks we're alienating ourselves from the rest of the world. I disagree. We love spending time with both of our families, and our choice to elope was due to a combination of cost and overall need. We don't have thousands of pounds to spend on just one day so that random cousins, one or the other of us have never met, can get loaded from an open bar. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I love when people decide, you know what? It's our wedding. We can, save some, go buy a house or get an apartment or something rather than spending tens of thousands of dollars on a wedding day. But whatever you want. Who am I to say? I'm just an idiot. Anyway, this was something that once again, my mother said she completely understood. I just want to get the wider perspective to see if what I'm doing is out of line. As a final note, I do browse the sub, and usually whenever anyone posts about their parents, the advice is to go to specific subreddits to call the parents narcissists. I don't believe at all that my mother falls into that category. I believe that she's openly sharing her personal opinion and feelings with me, and she is completely justified in doing that without being at all narcissistic. I just want to see if I'm the one in the situation who's acting in the wrong. In simple terms, no. I think you're compromising by saying you're going to see them, either, I can't remember what it is, like the next day on Boxing Day or in the evening or on a different day. Christmas is a feeling, it doesn't need to be it is on a specific day, but my gosh, I can't even tell you how many times we've celebrated Christmas with like different parts of the family on different days. It's just about who you're with and the relative time of year to me, obviously, it's about the birth of Jesus Christ and it's supposed to be on that day and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I don't see why this is the big deal. And if your mom wants to see you for the holidays, that's understandable. It's your mom. That's fair. And same as your mother-in-law. It sounds like they really love you guys, which is wonderful. But I think they need to be a little bit more understanding, especially since it's your first Christmas as a married couple. Like let you relish in that a little bit. And then you'll figure it out on the years to come. And I mean, like, I'm sure you see them throughout the year as well. I don't know. It just seems like a big thing that doesn't need to be a big thing. Maybe just get like a big family meeting, and talk to everybody. I feel like that would do well. Maybe get on a Zoom meeting. And I know that sounds dumb, but I actually think that'd be kind of fun. I would love to do that with my family. I'm going to do that with my family. That's actually a really good idea. Zoom meeting Christmas, since I can't be there on the day. But anyway, let's read the update. So Christmas has been and gone, and there was a bit more drama than I wanted. Oof. After my original post, I contacted my mother to reaffirm to her the reasons we wanted to spend Christmas Day itself on our own. And she said that she understood and said she looked forward to seeing us on Boxing Day. Okay, thanks, Mom. We love that. However, a few hours later, I got a call from my father asking why my mother was crying and saying that I'd rung her up, screaming and shouting about her interfering with her life. What? Oh, she's back on the naughty list. What? I said nothing like that happened and that it hurt that she was accusing me of that when I was just trying to be mature about the situation. My father sympathized and said he tried to talk to her about it. He's like, I know she gets crazy, man. I'll take care of it. We love a dad in this situation. Okay, hopefully he's got everything in check. I checked in frequently in the days up to Christmas, but my mother read and ignored my messages. Whenever I spoke to my father, he said that she was telling him I hadn't been in contact and she was waiting for me to apologize. I'm not gonna lie, she's sounding a little bit, maybe not narcissistic, but definitely selfish. But he had seen that I was in her call and text history. He advised that visiting on Boxing Day might not be the best idea, but if it got to that stage, he would visit us alone since none of this was our doing. Oh no, she's creating a problem. I thought this was about the mother-in-law the whole time. Did I read that wrong? Oh no, it just says mother. Oh, I thought it was about the mother-in-law this whole time. I'm an idiot. We had our own private Christmas Day during which we followed out that I was pregnant. Oh, congratulations. That's wonderful. We had started trying for our first child in secret a few months ago, but didn't suspect anything until I felt sick at the smell of turkey. We're going to keep this our little secret for the next few weeks, at least with everyone, my husband's family included. I texted my mother to wish her a happy Christmas in the morning and sent another text in the evening asking if she still wanted us to go up to visit tomorrow. I got a one-word reply, no. Oh, this makes me so sad because you're pregnant and like, I'm just thinking about when you tell them that you're pregnant or that you have the kid. This is just gonna like be this but tenfold because it's a kid in the picture, and they're gonna like fight over you. At least your mom. This whole time I thought it was a mother-in-law that was the issue, but she doesn't seem to be. She seems to be like more understanding. But yeah, your mom is, that's just sad. That's a bummer. We took my mother at her word and we didn't visit the following day. I think she was expecting me to grovel at her feet, begging for forgiveness, but that's not going to happen anymore. I called my father and told him that she had decided that we weren't visiting and it definitely wasn't on our end. He visited in the afternoon and brought the dog, and we all went for a walk instead of worrying about what my mother was doing or saying to other people about it. Apparently, a horde of her friends have been told that I shredded her Christmas card and posted back to them, among other things. Oh, she's not well. I think she is actually maybe a narcissist. Or like, no, yeah, like that's wild that she would lie about you posting back a shredded Christmas card, and that's not what happened. She has a severe victim complex, if not a narcissist. That's very worrying. But I'm done worrying about what my mother says. I'm not at the stage going to completely cut her off or say she can't see her future grandchild, but our relationship is definitely strained. Yeah, this is the type of stuff where it's like, oh, like, you know, you can't choose your parents and you love your parents. I'm assuming it sounds like you really love your parents, but then you realize they're very much human at like one point in your life. And it's usually these high stress situations or like the big things in your life. You move, you have a kid, you get married, all these things, like true colors really come out. And this is really unfortunate, but I think you did the right thing by stepping back and not giving in, because don't feed this victim complex. That is not your problem. Even if you care about your mom, like this, and even talking to her in like a mature way doesn't even seem to work, because she'll just spin it in a way that isn't what it is. Maybe you go as far as to call her and record the call. So if she claims to have been this way, you could play it back for her and be like, why are you doing this? Like, let's get down to the nitty gritty, you know. And I know that's kind of far, but sometimes there's no other way to get through to these type of people, the victim complex type people. Yeah, that's tough. I don't think telling her, like, I think seeing a therapist would be really beneficial to you. I don't think she's going to take to that, but that probably would be very beneficial to her. That's tough. I think you did the right thing, though. I definitely think you did the right thing. First comment says, it's all going to hit the fan once this mom discovers that OP is pregnant. You think the emotional manipulation is bad now? Just brace yourself. I'm curious what happened these past few years. The next Christmas would have been baby's first Christmas. Yeah, oh my gosh. We don't have another update. Or maybe we will in like a month or whatever. That's just bad. That's not good. And you don't want like your kid to be around that kind of behavior and all that kind of stuff. Ugh. Another comment says, I feel bad for OP. She said that there's no way her mom is an abusive narcissist, but then her mom ends up spreading lies purely because OP wanted to have a private Christmas. I'm glad that she ended up realizing her mom really isn't that great. And also that she seems to have her dad to rely on within her family. Yeah, at least her dad's kind of got his shit together, so that's nice. And he probably knows like everything in the book that his wife pulls and everything, so damn, I think he handled it beautifully. Congratulations on your wedding. Congratulations on your pregnancy. This was like 4 years ago, so you got a little toddler now, which is adorable, and I love that. But yeah, it's the holiday season. It's almost Christmas. I really appreciate you guys being here. This year has been absolutely wonderful, and that is because of you guys, so I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I hope you have a great Christmas, whether it's with family, whether it's with your partner, whether it's with your kids, whether it's with just by yourself or whatever you're doing. I appreciate you, and I am so glad you're here, and I will see you in the next video. All right.